Assalamualaikum. In this video we will learn about central tendency and methods to measure central tendency, including the mean, the mode and the median. Before starting this video, if you are new to my channel, subscribe it so that you can receive my next videos in your newsfeed whenever I post them. Now let's start the video with a new concept, that is central tendency. It is a statistical measure to determine a single score that defines the center of a distribution, a score that is most typical and most representative of the entire group. Average or mean. Let's see the uses of central tendency. First one is, it can be used to provide a simple description of an entire population or sample. Secondly, it is useful for making comparison between groups of individuals and sets of data. Sets of data. Now let's see the standards of measuring central tendency. There is no single standard actually or single procedure for measuring central tendency. So to deal with this problem, statisticians have developed three different methods for measuring central tendency: the mean, the median and the mode. Starting with mean, it is a distribution, or for the distribution, it is the sum of scores divided by total scores. We can have alternative definitions for the mean, for example, dividing the total equally and the mean as a balance point. Now let's see what is the weighted mean. It is the overall mean. Often it is necessary to combine two sets of scores and then find the overall mean for the combined group. To find this, we need two values. First one, the overall sum of scores for the combined group. Secondly, the total number of scores in the combined group. It was about the weighted mean and the mean. Now let's see the alternative methods for calculating the mean. It is possible when the scores have been organized in a frequency table. In alternative methods, first of all, we have to determine the number of scores by adding frequencies. Secondly, we have to find the sum by computing summation of x. So these were the alternative methods for frequency tables. Now what are the characteristics of a mean? There are basically 5 characteristics. First one is, every score in the distribution contribute to the value of mean. Secondly, changing the value of one score will change the mean. Thirdly, adding a new score or removing the existing one will usually change the mean. Fourthly, if a constant value is added to every score, then the same constant value will be added to the mean. Lastly, if every score in a distribution is multiplied or divided by a constant value, then the mean will change the same way. Now let's see the second method for measuring the central tendency, that is median. The goal of median is to locate the midpoint of distribution. It means scores are divided into two equal sized groups having the median as midpoint. Now let's see how to find the median. It is usually found by a simple counting procedure. First procedure is, when we have odd number of scores, list the values in order. List the scores or values in order, and the median is the middle score in the list. Secondly, when we have even numbers in the list, list the values in order, and the median is the halfway between the middle two scores. Thirdly, when we have scores in continuous variables, it is possible to split one of the categories into fractional parts and find the median by locating the precise point that separates the bottom 50% of the distribution from the top 50% of the distribution. Now let's talk about the last method of measuring central tendency, that is mode. The mode is the score or category in frequency distribution that has the greatest frequency. The mode can be useful because it is the only measure of central tendency that corresponds to the actual score as compared to the mean and the median, which are calculated values and often produce an answer that does not equal any score in the distribution. In a distribution, we have only one mean and one median, but we can have more than one mode on the basis of this, we can have unimodal with one mode and one highest peak, bimodal with two mode and two peaks, multimodal with many mode and more than two peaks. In a unimodal that is symmetrical, mode, median and mean all are same and equal. So this was all about mode, median and mean, central tendency, and all about central tendency. If you have any query related to the topic, comment below. I will try my best to answer as soon as possible. Till the next video, see you, man Allah.